All right, peeps. I am so sorry that I am late, but I am here. You can't stop me, whatever. Technical difficulties. But I'm here with it. And I hope that you are ready to join in with me tonight to talk about why you are self sabotaging your own goals. Why is this happening? Let's talk about it. But before I do that, I do want to plug my amazing business, Embolden Coaching. We are giving 10% off through the month of June. You already have some free resources for see if you it's an assessment free to you to see if you're ready for coaching or if it's something more that you need um, that's outside our scope. And you can get a free match call. That means you can get online with me for 30 minutes. We can chat and see if we're a good match for each other. And you can also get the opportunity to use that 10% off to do a 25-minute clarity call, a one-on-one signature coaching package, or do some couple coaching. Come on, friends. We can have a great time together, just discovering what it is that you need and going through that needs assessment. So, yeah, let's just do this thing. I'm live now. I'm ready. Somebody jump in and let's do it. I'm getting on. Let's go. So, how do you stop sabotaging your own goals? Come on, so sometimes we are our worst enemy, right? So, your own goals are super important to you, and sometimes we stand in our own way. You want it, you work for it, then you talk yourself out of it, or you say to yourself all these different things that we're going to discuss now. All right, let's keep it real, keeping it live. Um, Self sabotage is not weakness. It's a protection strategy. What do you mean, Shara? It sounds like you're telling me that it's okay to do this. It's not what I'm telling you. I'm telling you, you're trying to protect yourself. Your brain is going to protect itself from any trauma. It doesn't want it. It doesn't want it to hang around. And you're going to hear me mention the book, The Body Keeps the Score, over and over and over again. It's an excellent book that allows you to know that even the smallest traumas, you will be holding on to those, and you may be over it, you think you're over it, but your brain's holding on to it, your body is still reacting to it. There was an instance for me. I was working at a school and a person decided they wanted to come and express themselves in a pretty unhinged way in the parking lot with me. Yeah, and I dealt with that and held that for a long time, and it was really hard to process. Some people were like, you should get over it, blah blah blah, and they just want you to work with this person. No, that was step one for you. What's step two? Anyway, now that that's said and done, self-sabotage is not laziness, it's not weakness, it's not your nervous system. It's your nervous system actually doing its job. I know it gets in the way. It's just like when you have a cold and your body's trying to rid yourself of the germs, it'll produce additional mucus, right? And that is what causes you to like have all the mucus and everything because it's trying to clean your body out, but it makes you sick and you're blowing your nose and you feel awful, and your body's trying to help you. Your fever goes up, your temperature goes up because your body's trying to kill off that germ, but you feel miserable in the process, right? And it's the same thing with self sabotage. You feel miserable in the process, but it's something that your body's going to do to continue to protect itself. Now, somewhere along the way, you learn that succeeding, being seen, or taking up space was unsafe. I don't know where it came from in your life, whether it was a job, whether it was a relationship, whether it was with your family, whether it was growing up, whatever it was, you learned that behavior and your brain has been protecting you from that ever since. Right. Okay. We got to think about that. It comes from somewhere. We don't just wake up one morning and, oh my gosh, I have this trauma in my brain and I don't know where it came from. You may not. But then as you get down and start processing, you'll find out I'm learning where this is coming from. I'm seeing where this is coming from. So let's just keep it moving here. Yeah. Have you ever gotten close to something great, and then found a reason to walk away from it? That getting ready to get that new job, starting that new business, write that book, start an exercise program, try a new hairstyle, whatever it is, something that caused you, something in you that you wanted to do and you were excited about it, and then you talk yourself out of it. It happens. It's one of those things that we've all done at least once. Just admit it, drop it in the chat. Yes, me. Put a reaction. Come on. So, there are 5 phases of self sabotage. This is how you know you're self sabotaging yourself. And I'm just gonna raise my hand. You can't see me right now, but I'm raising my hand because I can relate to several of these. Procrastination. I'll start when I'm ready. You're ready now. Just do it. Just start it, do it, go for it. Um, Perfectionism. Using high standards as a reason to never begin. Well, I'm good at everything. I'm not used to uh, being someone that's not good at something. I've experienced that too. I'm good at a lot of things, but I'm not perfect, right? And so if I'm looking for perfection, which perfection doesn't exist, that is a myth. Perfection is a myth. If you don't know, perfection is a myth. So let's just talk about self doubt. We've all done it. I don't care how talented you are, how beautiful you are, how self supported you are by the people around you. We've had some self doubt. Even when I've written the lesson or I've done the thing or I've studied, and I still walk into some tests or assessments and be like, oh my gosh, oh, what if I don't pass? Get that out of your head, Shara. There's a chance that that can happen. But the more you think about the positive side of it and thinking about, yeah, it could happen. What if it did happen? I've done that exercise with several people. What if? I love playing a what if game. Sometimes I go to the worst thing that could happen, or what if the best thing that could happen? What if you do pass that test? What is that going to look like? What is it going to feel like? How is that going to like interact with your future? Like how are you going to feel? Like how your sense is gonna take that in. Oh, I love the way I spelled this. Busyness. Like there's so many people. I'm busy. I'm just busy. Busy doing what? Like seriously. Staying so busy you never do the things that matters. You can stay busy watching TV. You can stay busy scrolling, doom scrolling. You'll hear me say this a lot. Doom scrolling is my jam. I love to doom scroll. But is that actually me being busy doing something that I can accomplish, that will make my life better or change someone else's life for the better? Yeah, sometimes when I'm doom scrolling, I do hear some wonderful things and I save the video and I come back to it. But am I really being as successful as I could be or productive as I could be? Self destruction, choices that undermine progress when you're close. I've experienced this a lot in my own personal relationships as well as helping others with their interpersonal relationships. Look, sometimes people will connect with you or you'll connect with someone and you're wondering why are they pulling away? Because they're not used to the calm. You'll hear me say a lot talking about the familiar hell and the unfamiliar heaven. Some people are willing to stay in that familiar hell because the unfamiliar heaven is way scarier. And so they will do self-destruction. I've dealt with this a couple of times in personal relationships. And like they'll do the most ridiculous thing. And you're just looking like, what just happened here? But some people are just like that fear of succeeding is actually working out, then I have no more excuses on why I'm not moving forward. Which one is the most visible for you in your life? You got to think about these things because we're waiting for everyone else to fix it and everyone else to like, well, we're blaming other people. Take accountability for yourself. Take accountability for why your life looks the way it looks. Okay? Now, let's really get into this one. Why your brain does this. Success can feel more threatening than failure. I said what I said before this slide even popped up. Some of us have a greater fear of success than we do of failure. What does that look like? What if you actually do write that book and you start getting requests for people to come and see, to have you come and talk to their group, or book signings and stuff like that. What does that feel like? Then you have no excuse to why my life isn't the way it's supposed to be. Oh my God, what am I going to do? So fear of success. What if I get it and lose it? What if people um, expect more? What if I change and no one recognizes me? That last one is deep because people always say, well, money changes people. Does it? Or was that already in there and then the money just fueled it? It's like putting water on a seed in the dirt. Look, I recently had, all the grass changed out in the front yard and most of the front yard. And they put the seed down and they put the hay down over it. Of course, the birds took a few and, things happened, got washed away or whatever. But now I'm looking at this grass now. And it was already down in the dirt, like there was stuff, I'm looking at this grass and I'm looking at certain parts of it. And some other parts look different than others because that was already down in the dirt before they put the grass on top, right? So that being said, it looks different because it was already there. We just watered everything and then it came to the top. It's just like money. Money doesn't change people. That was already in there. They just have more access to do the things they want to do. Okay, an identity conflict. People like me don't succeed at this. When your goal doesn't match your self image, your brain stalls. I'm not pretty enough. I'm not smart enough. I don't have any degrees. I don't have any certifications. Why is someone going to listen to me? Well, I'm going to tell you this. Sometimes I have encountered in my 50 years of life, some of the most talented people I've known were not certified, did not have a degree, but they were some of the wisest and most talented people that I know. That being said, just because your life doesn't or what your credentials don't match what you're going for doesn't mean you're not qualified. And it shouldn't stop you from going and doing what it is you want to do and that you know that you can be good at. I didn't know I was an excellent coach until someone asked me to come in and coach with them. I learned the ropes from this person. I learned that I had the talents to help other people. So now I'm using it to help as many people that are willing to be helped. Let's talk about this comfort zone science. The brain prefers familiar pain over unfamiliar success. It's just going to keep coming up. It's not going away. It's not going away. You're still going to hear me say over and over. You're going to prefer, some people prefer that familiar hell, that discomfort, the demons they know, versus going to that unfamiliar heaven because that's scarier. That fear of success. The brain prefers the familiar over success. Staying stuck is uncomfortable, but it's known. Well, this relationship should have been over years ago. She's terrible, he's terrible, blah blah blah, whatever. But you're staying there because they're familiar and you don't want to take the effort that it takes to get to know someone else and to actually grow. And I said this on my last live that we attract people that we attract them at the level that we're on. And then we grew apart. Did you really? It could have. You could have grown apart. But usually it's I met this person and one of us grew and the other one didn't. They could be regressing now that I think about it. It could be, polar, they're opposites. Your brain isn't broken. It's just been given the wrong job description. Which one of these hits y'all? Drop them in the comments, y'all. Which one hits you? Fear of success, identity conflict, or the comfort? Now, here's some ways to stop this. Sure, you've talked about me. You got in my business. Here's some ways to stop it. Okay, here we go. Just catch it. Notice the moment you start pulling away from the goal. If your goal is to write that book, if that goal is to start a podcast, your goal is to create content, your goal is to switch jobs, your goal is to get a healthy relationship, romantic relationship, your whatever your goal is to get to the gym 3 times a week, whatever it is. If you feel yourself pulling away from it, boom, pause, catch it. Don't just overlook it. Pause, catch it. Name it. Name that feeling. What feeling is it underneath all of that? Is it fear? Is it shame? Is it unworthiness? I've had clients completely sabotage a wonderful relationship because they didn't feel worthy, because they hadn't processed and forgiven themselves for whatever past they had that nobody really knew or no one was thinking about. I've had people think that someone was talking about them, and I was like, did they come to you and say that? No. Well, why are you sitting up putting words and thoughts in someone's head and you are sabotaging yourself and sabotaging your goal of being interactive in this community because you think somebody said something about you? Hmm. Challenge it. Ask, is this true or is this just familiar? Don't stay in the familiar hell because it's just comfortable. That familiar, spirits, familiar things that you're used to, don't just sit there because it's uncomfortable. Is this really true or is it just something I'm used to? I heard someone say on a video the other day, oh, well, all these men, they're doing this. No, no, no. Let's just look at you. Pause. If you're the common denominator, you're the common joint to this, and it's several different people. Hmm, can't be everybody else. It may be you. And that's when you need to look inwardly. Are you actually sabotaging your own happiness because you refuse to grow? Familiar hell. Do one thing. Take one small action before your brain talks you out of it. I don't want to go to the gym today. It's cold out. I'm sleepy. This bed feels nice. Take a step. Swing your feet over. Get up. I don't. Oh, I'm not good enough to write this book. I don't know how to do this. You got AI, you got people that can read for you to check and whatnot. Stop making excuses about it. So just take a step, do it. You don't have to feel ready. You just have to move. And it's not just physical movement, it's emotional movement, it's mental movement. What do you have to do in order to reach those goals? I've told this story many times before, but I'm going to tell it again. I have this dog, and for the majority of her life, in our backyard, there's an alley that runs back there. And she likes to run back and forth when she sees a car come through there or a person walking. And like she would chase those cars and chase those people. She's never going to get them because she couldn't get through the fence. But she would chase, run, 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 like she was absolutely going to get it. And every time she would chase it like she was on fire, like she most definitely was going to get it. She never was going to get it. And if she can chase that same thing over and over, she's never going to get it. You can chase that with that kind of fire. Chase your dreams like you are literally on fire. And that's the only way you can get put out is if you catch that dream. Look, sit with this question. You don't have to answer it out loud. What goal have you been sabotaging? And what would your life look like if you actually let yourself have it? What would you look like if you actually went and pursued that new career? If you actually went and released that book, released that podcast, released that song? What would it look like if you actually had it? Are you more afraid of where you are now, or are you more afraid of where you could be if you actually let yourself do what you absolutely could positively do? Whether you get support from other people, whether you get feedback and you redo it and you revise, and then I'm talking to myself right now, and then release it. So look, it's your turn. In these comments, in this comment section, what is one goal you're done sabotaging? You're done with it today. It ends today. Are you going to stop sabotaging a career goal, a health and body, a relationship, personal growth, financial goal, or spiritual goals? Which one are you going to stop self sabotaging yourself? Oh, I could never, increase my relationship with God. I could never be a minister. I could never do X, Y, and Z. I'm just a baby Christian, or I'm just a baby believer. Oh, I don't know enough of the word. What part are you going to stop making excuses for and actually let yourself have it? You are made for more. And stopping self sabotage might be exactly how you get there. And I can help you with that. You can book a free call with me and we can talk and see if we're a good fit. You can use that assessment. Just scan the QR code. If you don't know how to scan the QR code, Shar, I'm looking on my phone. Snap a screenshot and then hold the QR code. It will activate. Yeah. There's no excuses. Stop making excuses of why you're even contacting me. All right, y'all. I'm getting off here. I hope this helps you. Talk to you later.